Elvira Kovács, welcome to the Media Box. Your report concerns equality, preserving national minorities in Europe. Now, there are a lot of them. What sort of position are we in at the moment?
When we started the work on this report, in meantime, we changed the title since we wanted to focus, on cultural, ethnic, preserving the richness of the differences, the diversities actually among the minorities. And as you know, during the work of the Parliamentary Assembly, we choose 2 countries, and because of the pandemic, we could actually organize online fact-finding visits, but one of those countries was Ukraine, and we were focusing on different minorities, so Hungarians, Romanians, Russians, and others. And of course, we did some desk research dealing with Latvia, and we visited online Wales. And of course, we collected the experience of the committee members and different minorities, and then tried to have a broad picture. And we figured out that the biggest problem is, of course, language use and how to teach and how to teach actually the language of minorities, but also the representation, so the participation of people belonging to national minorities in everyday life, in public decision, in decision they are concerning them. But all in all, the big box we could say is how we are implementing the Framework Convention. We have a huge instrument, good instrument, which have been in an active instrument, a living instrument for the last 23 years. And we were wondering if the members of national minorities feel the positive effects of the implementation of this document in their everyday life.
It's a difficult issue because there are a lot of minorities all across Europe. I mean, you're from Serbia, and the Balkans is famous for having a great many minorities. And there's even in English the expression Balkanization, which is the division of lots of small minorities, small communities in one place. How does the Council of Europe's Parliamentary Assembly hope to overcome the difficulties? Because, as you say, it's partly the language, it's also partly religion, partly history too. How on earth do you address an issue like that?
Yeah, first of all, of course, the situation is different country if we examine country by country. And it was interesting to follow the debate, and I hoped that we wouldn't have a quarrel, among each other. But our main focus was to focus on traditional national minorities, because when you speak about minorities, even when you speak about national or ethnic minorities, sometimes we wonder if we discuss about Roma or not. I specifically explained that the committee had other reports on Roma, and we are also preparing a new one, but this is another topic. So-called autochthonous national minorities, yes, I'm, for example, I live in Serbia, but I'm a representative of Hungarian national minority, and we have really a lot of them, and we have national councils in our country. So the framework here in Serbia is good, but always implementation, and that is the similar situation in some other countries. Some countries are afraid of so-called collective rights. I'm personally convinced that the effective implementation of the rights of people belonging to national minorities possible only if we see the broader picture. So in collective rights, because we are experiencing this collectively, not by individual. And Serbia, my country, is a good example. We have we are recognizing collective rights even in the constitution of the country. But I heard during the debate yesterday that some people were against this. So it wasn't easy to prepare a document which was, applicable. It can be applicable for a really broad range of countries.
I suppose the problem is that most of us, a lot of people in Europe, if they have a problem, if there's an economic problem or whatever, something it's causing them worry and concern, it's very easy to blame a minority living in their country for their problems. It's partly, I guess, a matter of education, getting people to see each other's actual ethnic origins properly.
It is important to know the history, to really, I think that history teaching is the most important thing. I'm happy that the Parliamentary Assembly worked also on it when I used to be the member of the Cultural Committee, because understanding of each other is a basic element of, having security, peace, stability, democratic stability. Because if we don't understand each other and we don't know enough about the history of each other, the problems, big problems can arise from that. And the north part of my country, Vojvodina, is so rich, and sometimes I hear that we don't, some would say that some minorities do not live together, but near to each other, as neighbors, just close to each other and do not know enough. It was previously, but now we are really teaching. There is a possibility even for the people belonging to majority to study the language and to study the history and some parts of tradition of different minorities.
Elvira Kovács, thank you very much indeed for that. Thank you and goodbye. Have a lovely day.